Today, we bring you important and long-awaited news that directly impacts millions of Americans who rely on Social Security benefits. After months of discussions, debates, and speculation, final approval has been granted for a brand new round of relief payments. This time, eligible Social Security recipients are set to receive a direct deposit of $1,200, marking a significant effort to provide additional financial support during challenging economic times. For many households, this development represents not just another policy update, but a vital source of stability, relief, and reassurance as they work to manage rising expenses. The announcement comes after a lengthy process of legislative review, budgetary analysis, and policy negotiations aimed at addressing inflation and the increased cost of living that retirees and disabled individuals have been facing. Officials confirmed that the relief package was carefully designed to ensure quick distribution, minimize bureaucratic delays, and maximize impact for those who depend most on timely financial assistance. With approval now finalized, direct deposits are expected to begin rolling out in the coming weeks, bringing much-needed funds directly into recipients' accounts without requiring additional applications or paperwork. This relief payment differs from earlier stimulus efforts in several key ways. First, it specifically targets Social Security recipients, acknowledging that this group has been disproportionately affected by recent economic trends. Rising costs of groceries, housing, healthcare, and utilities have all placed immense pressure on fixed-income households. While cost of living adjustments have been implemented in Social Security checks, advocates argue that these adjustments often lag behind real-world expenses. This new $1,200 direct deposit aims to bridge that gap and provide an immediate cushion against financial strain. Officials emphasize that the rollout will be automatic for those who already receive Social Security benefits through direct deposit. This means recipients will not need to fill out any forms, call any offices, or take additional steps. If you are currently receiving your monthly benefits through direct deposit, the relief payment will arrive in the same account. For those who still receive paper checks, the Treasury Department is coordinating with the Social Security Administration to ensure timely delivery, though paper payments may take slightly longer. The overall goal is to make the process as smooth and stress-free as possible. One of the most common questions recipients have is, when exactly will the money arrive? According to the latest updates, deposits are expected to begin within the next few weeks, with priority given to those already set up for electronic payments. Officials are working with financial institutions to streamline the transfer process and minimize delays. While exact dates may vary depending on your bank and processing times, the general expectation is that the majority of beneficiaries will see funds in their accounts shortly after the first wave of deposits begins. The relief measure has been met with both relief and gratitude from recipients, as well as strong support from advocacy organizations that have been pushing for additional aid. For seniors and disabled individuals, even a single unexpected medical bill or household repair can throw budgets into disarray. This one-time $1,200 payment is intended to provide a buffer that helps cover urgent needs, prevents debt accumulation, and brings peace of mind during uncertain times. Many advocates argue that while this is a positive step, it should be seen as part of a broader, ongoing conversation about how to ensure financial security for retirees and vulnerable populations. From a policy perspective, the approval also signals recognition at the federal level that inflationary pressures are not easing as quickly as many hoped. Lawmakers have been monitoring the impact of rising prices on households across the nation, and seniors have consistently reported greater struggles in managing daily expenses. By directing relief funds specifically towards Social Security recipients, the government is acknowledging these unique challenges and offering targeted support where it is most needed. It is also worth noting that this payment will not affect regular Social Security benefits. Recipients will continue to receive their usual monthly payments without interruption or reduction. The $1,200 relief is separate, additional, and specifically intended to help offset the extraordinary costs that have emerged in recent years. Treasury officials reassured the public that these relief payments are fully funded and will not compromise the stability of the Social Security Trust funds. For those wondering whether this relief payment will be taxable or affect other benefits, officials have clarified that the $1,200 will not count as taxable income and will not reduce eligibility for existing federal assistance programs. That means recipients can use the funds without concern about losing access to Medicaid, food assistance, or housing support. The intent of this payment is to provide immediate help, not create new complications or financial burdens. Clear guidance is being prepared to ensure every recipient understands how this payment interacts with their current benefits, and resources will be available online and through the Social Security Administration for those with specific questions. The distribution process is expected to follow a phased rollout. Those with direct deposit set up will likely see the payment first, followed by those relying on mailed checks or government-issued debit cards. To avoid confusion and misinformation, officials have urged recipients to rely only on official government communications regarding payment schedules and eligibility. Scammers often target Social Security beneficiaries during times like these, promising to speed up payments in exchange for personal information. Authorities are reminding everyone, you do not need to pay a fee, provide bank account numbers over the phone, or share Social Security details with unsolicited callers. The government already has the information needed to deliver the payment safely and securely. The $1,200 relief payment comes at a critical moment when many retirees are forced to make difficult financial choices. Rising prescription drug prices, higher insurance premiums, and increased costs for basic household goods mean that even careful budgeting leaves little room for unexpected expenses. Stories have emerged of seniors skipping meals to afford medication or putting off medical care because of co-pays. The direct deposit is designed to alleviate some of that pressure, even if only temporarily, by allowing recipients to catch up on bills, restock essentials, or put aside a small emergency fund. Advocacy groups for seniors and people with disabilities have welcomed the announcement, calling it a much-needed lifeline. Many of these organizations have argued for months that Social Security recipients, in particular, are bearing the brunt of economic instability. Their lobbying efforts helped push this relief measure across the finish line, and they are already signaling that continued attention will be needed to ensure long-term solutions. While a one-time payment is significant, the broader issue remains the sustainability of retirement income in an environment of persistent inflation and rising living costs. On a larger scale, this relief effort reflects ongoing debates about the role of government in protecting vulnerable populations during economic hardship. Supporters of the measure argue that ensuring financial security for seniors is not just a moral obligation, but also an economic necessity. By injecting $1,200 into millions of households, the payments are expected to stimulate local economies as recipients spend on groceries, utilities, healthcare, and other essentials. Economists note that this type of direct support tends to generate immediate economic activity, benefiting not just individuals, but communities as a whole. At the same time, critics have raised concerns about the cost of the program and its impact on federal spending. They argue that while relief payments are necessary, there should also be a stronger focus on structural reforms that address the underlying causes of financial insecurity among retirees. Some lawmakers have suggested that more frequent cost of living adjustments, expanded Medicare coverage, or permanent supplements to Social Security benefits might provide more sustainable solutions. The $1,200 payment is thus seen as both a relief measure and a stepping stone in an ongoing policy conversation. As the deposits begin rolling out, recipients are encouraged to monitor their bank accounts and official government announcements. If you are set up with direct deposit, the funds will appear in the same account where your Social Security benefits are deposited. For those receiving paper checks, the Treasury Department advises patience, as the mailing process may take longer. In either case, no further action is required by beneficiaries. The government has stressed that accessibility and simplicity were central goals in the design of this relief effort, ensuring that all eligible recipients receive the support they need without additional stress. Looking ahead, financial experts advise recipients to consider how best to use this unexpected boost. While each household's needs differ, common recommendations include paying down high-interest debt, covering essential bills to avoid late fees, purchasing necessary medications, or setting aside a portion for emergencies. For those who are relatively stable financially, the funds can provide an opportunity to strengthen savings. The key message from experts is that this payment should be used in a way that provides the greatest peace of mind and stability in uncertain times. In conclusion, the final approval of $1,200 relief payments for Social Security recipients marks an important moment of support and recognition for millions of Americans who have been navigating rising costs on fixed incomes. It is both a symbol of government responsiveness and a practical lifeline for seniors and disabled individuals facing day-to-day challenges. As the direct deposits begin to arrive, this relief will bring not only financial assistance, but also a measure of reassurance that their needs have been acknowledged and addressed. While debates about long-term solutions continue, this payment provides immediate help where it is most needed, underscoring the importance of protecting and uplifting those who built and continue to strengthen the fabric of the nation.